Hi, this is Rod with Custom Chronicles. In today's little project, well, we got two things that we're going to do. It's one project, but two different ways of doing it, actually. We're going to take this blank piece of aluminum, and we're going to turn it into some panel art, something similar to this, but not exactly. We're not going to do ground aluminum with candy, but we are going to do some painting and metal flaking. So I'm just going to get into it. It's going to be a step-by-step, and this way we can take that to this. The first step I'm going to do is I'm going to get these panels cleaned up. Just use a little glass cleaner. I'm trying to just get some of this mess off of here. And then I do that, I get it cleaned up. I'll go right to the 80 grit sandpaper on a DA. I'll rough them up. I'll show that so you can see how sanded I get them. And I know like people that actually paint and stuff like that, that's pretty redundant, but I'm just going to go through it for the people that don't know. And so anyways, when I'm priming, I'm going to get a couple extra parts here. This way I can have a small little batch of primer mix and just get a few extra things. But let me get into it. I'm going to get these cleaned and then I'm going to get sanded. Now I got this panel here sanded. You can see what it kind of looks like. Just got it nice and roughed up so the primer sticks. That's what it looked like before. And I just kind of took the DA and just went at it. And I'll plug it in and just go with it for a minute. And I'll just keep continuing to get that done. It'll only take me another minute, and then the next phase is blow it off, clean it, and then prime. I'll do some more video when I'm priming. It's time to prime. I'm just going to start layering this on. I'll do 2 coats, pretty thick, and just get this prime on. Of course, the gun's spraying like crap. As always, even though I cleaned it, I go to video, and this stuff just does not want to work. It's a pain in the ass, but I'm just going to make it happen. Sorry I'm complaining, but I'm going to get it done. And then I'm going to go back and clean this gun extra good again. It probably will work fine when I'm not shooting video. Good gracious. Terrible. But that's all I'm going to do is just kind of go back and forth. You can't even really tell I'm priming. Let's see if I can put the camera down there. You see it prime there and there. No point in keeping this little segment going on. It's just a shipwreck. And so anyways, I'll prime these, and then the next thing will be is sanding them out. Okay, miraculously, as soon as I stopped shooting video, the gun started spraying. I can't figure anything out about that, but that's what happened. But anyways, I got these parts primed. Not a real big deal. And the next phase is to get these sanded. I'll do that with 600, and then we'll start doing it. There's going to be 2 different videos coming out of this. This is going to be one panel for one video, and this will be another one, and then I got a third panel. It's already primed. I'm going to get that sprayed today and keep rocking and rolling. But okay, the next thing we're going to do is put the base silver down on these panels. I'm doing 2 panels with Flake, both with the silver base flake down. And then we're going to do the pretty much similar patterns on top of it with candy, but 2 different colors. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this sprayed, get this base silver down. That's the first coat, a little heavy, a little mottled up, but I'm not really too concerned. But there it is. Give it a minute to flash off. Come back and add more. And the base silver's down, and I evened it all out. I just couldn't live with the splotchiness. Not that it would matter. It's going to get buried anyways in a massive amount of silver flake. But I just wanted to show that I'm not a complete incompetent and just do things half-assed. But anyways, there we go. And time to put down the clear and then the silver flake. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and spray down the tack clear, and then we'll get the flaking going on. Okay, I managed not to get any footage of putting the flake down. It just kind of happens sometimes, but we got flake, lots of it. I don't know if you can see it in there. The whole thing is just glistening. Both panels. Sorry about not getting the footage of the flake, but it's a lot to do this work and do the video and all this other stuff that I got to deal with. So I'm doing the best I can. That's all I can say. You can leave a nasty comment below if you want. I won't care. And the next phase is to get the final clear on top of that. I'm not going to film that. And then we're going to start doing the candy work on top. I kind of got ahead of myself on this panel art here. This is flaked under here, and I did a candy teal, and I started cutting out sections. This is going to be kind of like a marble effect on there. You've got the light spots in there and the dark, and basically I'm just going to be coming back and doing one section at a time, which I've already done 3. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the tape on this, and this will be the next section, and then I will get it sprayed, the candy, which is what everybody wants to see. Pull that up, nice and easy coming off of there, and kind of get the gist of what's going on. I'll do this panel here, and I got another one cut out right here, and I'll get those sprayed, and then we'll come back to it. Now on this panel I did those 2 sections. I'm not showing me spraying that right now because I'm going to have another video where I do the same thing, and I'm doing that. I'm just kind of showing the cutouts on this. It's a little bit of a different exercise. So anyway, sorry if you wanted to see it get sprayed, but there will be another video where you can see that, how I'm spraying it out. And this is going to be getting some airbrushing, some hand detailing, and the speckling effect. So that's what the purpose of this particular video is. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead, I'm cutting out this section and this corner section. I'm going to get them sprayed, and then we'll come back to the rest of it. Now we got all the sections done, and I'm trying to show you here try to get this light here angle so you can see, you know, all the modeling, and obviously the different sections, darker and lighter, and the flake. See if I do it with this light, see if that helps. Doesn't seem to be. So anyways, I'll do another re-clear on this, and then we'll get that sand down with 600. I'll do any of my detail work with the airbrush at that point on top of the clear. So there it is. It's kind of like a marble effect. It looks pretty cool. Let's see if we get this all over. And there you go. Okay, for this flake panel here, I went ahead and masked this down again there, and I'm starting to draw the next level right there. It's kind of hard to see. I guess the fluorescent lights are washing it out. This is going to be white here for the texture, for, you know, just adding more dynamic to it, because it's kind of like a marble effect that we're doing here over top of flake. So anyways, get my hand out of the way, and that's all I'm going to show of that, because you really can't see anything. So the next step I did in this panel is I actually cut this out. This is going to be painted white, and then I'm going to do a green pearl over top of that white. And that's kind of, again, to emphasize the same thing, to create the texture of the stone that we're building up to. But anyways, that's it. Now we got this laid out. We got the motorcycle fender here, and over there we got some stuff there. But we're going to get the white base down on this, which is House of Color S226, just in case you wanted to know. And you can kind of see the flake there. But I'm going to get this sprayed out and then just start laying the paint on. And we'll show that when it's all done. Okay, got the white on there. Can't even really see. But we're going to put a green pearl over top of that to go with the teal kind of candy over the flake. And that'll be the next step. I'm going to take this, which is gorgeous color, put it in a little SU100 down here, just a little bit, get it mixed up. Probably standing in the light. get this mixed up. Hopefully it comes out good. I may need a little bit more. Yep, I'm gonna need some more. Gotta get this green pretty intense because I'm gonna put it over top of the white. And so it's got a green cast. And this color is just a really nice green. I actually kind of think the House of Color discontinued this too. Half the product line's gone anymore. But you know, with the S2 system, it's pretty amazing. I haven't worked with it yet, so I'm kind of just, yeah, I guess if I'm saying it's amazing, it's because it seems like it's going to be a really cool thing once I get into it and start using it. But there's nothing wrong with having this stuff. A lot of people never capitalized on what House of Color had out there in their product system, which is kind of a shame. Like with the marbleizers and all that, they just kind of, you know, didn't really work it the way it could have been. But anyways, that's enough of my spiel. I'm going to go ahead and get this sprayed on here, the Cyrus Green, and I'll show you when it's all done. On this panel, I'm trying to video so you can see the specking all over it. Got 3 different colors: black, white, and gold. And then I'll come back and I will actually hit with the airbrush around the edges of this, soften all these edges up real nice. But I'm going to do some hand painting. I got to put some cracks in here and just keep on with the stone effect on top of all this. So far so good. After I get done that portion of it, the airbrushing and the hand painting, I will go ahead forward and clear it. And then I'm going to put the inspirational saying on it. Trying to get this in focus here. This is the brush I'm using. It's a Mac Tidwell Lil Philly, and it does this kind of effect. See if I can get that to zoom in there. Nice jagged. It's pretty simple technique. Just back and forth on the brush, real light, and let the paint kind of flow out. And just fill it in back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead on these edges and start creating the depth and the texture, like in the corner here. I'll just get that, and then I got to go around these cracks. See if I get that lined up. There's a little bit of black there. Not doing too good. I can't seem to actually do the video and the work at the same time. I don't know why I keep trying. I just need to stop trying to do that. Let me get this camera set up, and then this way you can see how I do it. All right, I got the camera set up. I was just getting a little irritated with myself there, so forgive me. But I'm just going to go in, and I blotted that out, so guess what? I messed up already. I'm having issues. I don't know what's going on, why I can't seem to get it right this morning, but I'm not. That looks terrible, so I got to get this wiped. I'm not helping my cause this morning at all. Unbelievable. I'm cutting that off. All right, after my video disaster there, went ahead and just did this section to get myself warmed up and going, and kind of see how that is right here. Now I'll actually come back in with the airbrush on the one side and darken it, just a very slight shadow on this edge here to make it even more you know, three-dimensional or deep. The next section is going to be this little area here. I'll try to get that videoed. It's just, you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass for me. I'm not very good at this video thing yet. I'm learning. So anyways, when I'm doing these lines, the first thing I do is to take this brush and get it paletted out. Hopefully I got it in the camera here so you can see it. You got a little extra build up there on the paint. If you don't want too much, it'll blot out. I'll come in and I will just very lightly trace this line here. And you know, I'm not trying to be too perfect, but I'm trying to be in the ballpark at least. And again, I'm left-handed, so it's actually smarter for me to actually be starting way over to the left. But for the video's sake, I'm just kind of doing this section here. And hopefully my light isn't washing everything out too much. But I'm just coming in, you know, this way I can have a guide when I start doing the swipes. And let's see, get down here. Now get this started. I'm not going to do a 5-minute long segment on this. I'm just, for intents and purposes, just showing how I do it. So anyways, and then I'll come in and you see the angle over here is this way. So I'm going to follow suit with that. And this panel is a little bit darker, and I will switch directions when it's appropriate and it's going to look good. And I'll just kind of, just on the very tip of the brush, just start going back and forth on there, and it'll start shaping up. And of course, right here on the very tip, it doesn't flow right for me to do that, so I'll come down here and I'll start picking it up. And I'll do a lot of the swiping inwards because that's the darker portion. Powder out some paint, and I'll just keep on going. Doesn't take long to do. It's a nice little effect. For some reason or another, I'm not getting any paint down there. So I'll just re-wet. And there you go. It's just that simple. Then you make some of the strokes longer and go over across this way a little bit. Take it down to here. And there it is. Just kind of maybe a little something there. And that's one of the methods of doing this. And I'll go ahead and proceed to do the rest of it that way, and I'll shoot some video when it's all done this way you can see that stage. Now here's the panel all finished up. You can kind of see the cracks. I'll do a pan out here. And I still got to do the shadowing and softening up hard edges with the airbrush. That'll be the next phase after clear, because I want to do it over top of the clear. This way it lays out nice and smooth and even. But you can see how this is done there. That's just one of many methods. It's the way I do it. And we'll keep moving forward. The next thing I'll be doing on this video is I'm going to take these white portions here. Pardon the noise in the background, that's the airbrush pump. I'm going to get those, I'm going to start softening the edges up like that. So let me just go ahead, I'll do this one here for the sake of showing it on the video. I'm not going to be all sterile on this. I'm just going to go ahead and blend the edges up, make it, you know, soften them up. That's all I'm doing. I'm not worrying about like doing hot spots or not. If it happens, it happens. And just kind of going around. Get a little bit more white going. It's overdue, so I don't want to sit on a spot and then blow it out with the airbrush, so I got to kind of keep it moving. And I'll go through this whole process on the rest of them. There's a blast of water, so now I got to drain the hose. But there you go. The water didn't mess me up, but if I keep going, it will. So I'll get that dried up, and then I'll move on to the next one after I get this line cleared out. Now I got all this finished up all around there. What I'll come back and do is the tack rag. Just lightly get any of the really just kind of distant overspray off of the edges, mopped up a little bit, but I'm not going to do it right away. I'll actually let it sit overnight. I'm a firm believer of haste makes waste. If I go and try to do this too quickly, then well, I'm going to end up creating a mess. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. And next stage is obviously going to get the clear on top of everything. I have marked out the center of the panel. Got the tape down here. It's 1/8 inch tape, and then the 3/4 on each side here. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm doing a silver leaf and gold leaf on this. I just really just kind of blew it with this white stuff. I thought it was going to come out different. I can't stand it, so I'm going to do. I want to make it work the best I can, but I'm going to start burying it as much as I can with patterns. So anyways, that's part of my process. Sometimes you get some good ones and sometimes you don't. This is in the don't category. So there you go. That's my process. So we'll do some more video here and I'll show what I did. Okay, got the patterns down here. Did the transfer, pounce wheeled it, and I'm just going to gently put the chalk down on here so I can replicate this image on the other side. That's the next phase. I'm going to do gold leaf on this first round. I'm going to do a little bit of silver leaf highlighting. I'm not very good at keeping up with what I'm doing here, but just pouncing this out, and then I will do some more video here shortly. Okay, here's the overview. Got the stripes. They're basically opposing. Same pattern, but opposing pattern. I'm going to put the mask on and then cut it out. That's the next phase. Just kind of cutting this stuff out. I got to be a little gentle. Get the knife there. I'm sitting there talking and showing nothing. But got to be a little gentle. I don't want to press down too much. And I just got to go right over top of the tape lines which are coming through. I'm going to pull the tape. The reason I put that there is just to keep any sizing glue, because the amount I'm putting on from bleeding over to other portions of the project, so I don't want to clean that mess up. And I'm not going to show this whole deal here. I got that right here, and this section can be pulled off. And now I'll do both sides this way. I'm getting a little crazy here, the knife. But I'll get this all pulled out, and that should be about it. Let's see. See how good I did. My filming's probably terrible, but yeah, you get the point. I'll go ahead and do that side there, here, all that, and then that portion will be done. All the graphics for the gold leaf cut out, and next phase, put the sizing on. So let's get into doing the sizing. I'll show you that here in a minute, but there it is, all cut out. Okay people, here we go. Back on this panel. I already got the gold leaf down. I didn't get any video of doing that. The camera was glitching. I had to get these technical issues kind of sorted out. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get some neon green put down. I'm going to set the camera down and start, striping it up. Okay, as always, I'm going to go ahead and start doing my pulls. I'm going to start from the farthest left. I'm going over this gold leaf. I'm going to be going over all the edges here and cleaning it up. I will do this first, this inside one here, and just getting this green down nice. I want a kind of a nice thick line. I'm just trying to salvage something I don't necessarily like. I didn't particularly like how this came out. I had a different ideal on it, and it just didn't come out the way that I envisioned or thought it would be. So I'm learning from it, but I'm just kind of going through the motions of finishing it and try to do the best I can with it. Sometimes you do end up with winners even though you think they're not. And so anyways, I'm going to keep on striping this down, get some more paint loaded up. Taking this line up just a pinch. The shop is a little bit cold today, so I got the heat. That's what that little hum is there. Just kind of a spot heating this to keep the panel warm. And so anyways, just trying to keep my hands warm too. I gotta be careful with gold leaf because it's still open. I don't want to be dragging my fingers through it and damaging it. I have a hard enough time with it as is, but the more I do it, the better I get. That's part of this channel's deal is that one, I know X amount of stuff, and as I learn more and get more practice at it, you'll see the results of that. Hopefully. Never know, I could just basically suck. But for some reason or another, I can't seem to get that spot right there, so I'm gonna go past it and then come back to it. And I got the line way too thick, but I'll even it out. Good gracious. Right in here. Super thick. So now it's changed the whole dynamic, which is fine. I want to go ahead and swap that around, and I want to pull and just go real heavy on the brush, thicken that up. And actually, that, believe it or not, worked to my benefit. It actually looks better. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead, get these next blinds down. We're going to finish up all the green, and then I'll start setting up the other pinstriping. I may do some more dynamic on this gold leaf, I don't know. We'll see. The neon green's on. Got on both sides. Did it really thick, then because I messed up on that line there, and I decided, well, it actually does look better thick because it makes it stand out more. So anyways, we're going to get this untaped here. You know, I'm not all that thrilled about this panel, to be point blank about it. The white didn't come out, it's just too blaring, so I'm just kind of going through the motions, you know, keeping my skills up, doing different things to see how they come out, and that's part of this process here with me, is I'm always trying to push the envelope and learn. But enough of me babbling, because really, do you want to hear it? I gotta apologize again. I'm in this bad habit of not filming things or videoing because I get into doing the job. I was actually videoing but doing another video, and I just kind of went through this and I didn't, you know, show any of the steps. I got dark green right here. It's kind of hard to see in the camera. It's right there, that little pyramid there, or diamond. There's two of them right there stacked. And then I went to the lime green here. Start up there. And then the lavender, which is the most. Now, I'm going to go into a darker blue, build into this, and then I'm going into an aqua, and then I will you know, highlight it with some dots, with some neon. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the basically the dark blue put down on here, and then I will move on. Okay, here's the blue, and I'm shocked. I actually remembered to, you know, start videoing. Get that laid down here. I'm going to try to do a little bit thinner line. Got that down there. Boop. And that. Come back over here to the other side. I always do guidelines. I'm just not that talented where I can just freeform this. It's just not in my methodical nature, I guess. I'm sure people will leave comments, but whatever. That line didn't come out the way I wanted it, so I'll tighten that up a little bit. Yep. Then I will bring this one over with the curve. Twist the brush as I go. And hopefully it matches up, which is looking pretty good. I'll come back and I'll fill this in a little bit thicker. You know, I got more lines to do going down, but I'll show it when it's done. Okay, there's the dark blue. And then I'm going to move into aqua blue and then do some dots. And this project will be pretty much done. Still can't stand the white blotches. I thought it was going to be something other than what it came out as. So nonetheless, I'm going to get this done and keep moving on. Get the next. Okay, here's the final cleared out panel. All in all, I guess I'm glad I followed through and finished it up because I learned some techniques. Now, this is kind of didn't come out in any way, shape, or form the way I expected. I've just knocked down with the white spots. I was trying to do kind of a turquoisey effect on it, and it just didn't work. So learned a lesson there, but the pinstriping there down the middle came out nice. The flake's good. And there's some elements in here that I'm going to use moving on. The slightly distressed gold leaf opposing patterns is interesting, but nonetheless, there's the overview. And so I learned some stuff. The techniques that I use, there's still something positive gained out of doing this project, even though all in all I'm not all that thrilled about it, but I'm not disgusted by it either. So, you know, it is what it is. And we'll just get on to the next project. If you like this kind of content, if you're benefiting from it, please subscribe to the channel and leave a thumbs up, comment, and until the next video, have a good day.